Nice.
Are you ready? What is up?
Yeah. What's crack-a-lacking skin?
We'll
Do
see
we
who
have
shows
people that
up.
are actually? That's what I was
I
about
don't
to
know.
say, dude. Are people gonna? I put a post out there, be like, "Hey, we're starting in 5 minutes" or some shit.
Refrigeration
There you
Devil
go.
is in here already. I need to see. Oh, well, it's gonna take a while. I think people are probably like, "What the hell's going on?"
I did that hose hauler. I'm gonna announce the winner. I think on like my next video or whatever. Hey, refrigeration devil. You said, how did I miss that? It's because you didn't watch the video all the way through, brother.
Uh oh.
When I mentioned the giveaway.
Uh oh.
Nah, I made sure that when people were like commenting, I'm like, yo, did you get in the give? There was like 3 people that way. So I'm gonna announce that one this weekend. So everybody's ready for the summer hit.
Is that the blackout one that you were giving out?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, sir.
I use
Yes,
the
sir.
regular hose hauler like weekly. Very tempted to try and get the blacked out one. I like the
Okay, so
setup that
it's
you had in that video, because like mine,
yeah.
I took out the dividers and I put everything in the pouch, the zippered pouch. But then it gets
Mm-hmm.
a little confusing with all the, because I use that little split down the middle, and I have one side that has like the fittings, like the little adapters, uh, whatever I need for the hoses, and the other side has all my so many brands of core tools that I have now. Still can't
You ain't
find the
lying,
one that
bro.
I still can't find the
The
one that I
perfect
like.
one. Yeah. That's damn near
Uh,
impossible. I don't think there'll ever be one where you're like, this is the one. Like again, so far, excuse me, CPS, right? I'm a rock with that one for quite some time. I almost bit the bullet and grabbed the field piece one at Goodman the other day, but I was like, nah, dude. Like I've seen so much hate on it
I was like, the field
from
piece. I don't know about that one.
I know, but it's still like the concept is so cool, you know. They did a good job on the innovation of getting a sight glass on there.
Well, not only that, there are two things that I like about it. The sight glass, realistically, like I don't know if you need it. It's cool to see, but the
Mm-hmm.
actual useful features on it are the fitting that you can remove and put the 5/16 for the mini split. I prefer that over Navac's extra long ass version, because I can't fit a core tool everywhere, and if it's like too big,
Okay.
it's not gonna work. And so I like that you can remove it, put the other one on. I've used that for a few mini splits, and then also what was my other point? Not the sight glass. Oh, the valves. I like the little knobs versus like the long kind of valve, because
Mm-hmm.
again,
Yeah.
tight spots, it gets stuck. You gotta twist it around, make sure you can open and
And
close
then
it
you're
easily. Yeah.
jamming up a gasket, and then the seal's broken because you got to twist it. Yep. Straight up,
There
son.
was one I had seen. I want to say it was Appion. I think they're doing some slight upgrades to theirs. I think they announced it recently. I know their core depressors have been upgraded. I think there's more like grip and I don't know what on the little the thumb screw depressors.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're like a different color kind of, and they have like this extra grip on the side, like when you twist it. Like they made little changes, and I want to say they upgraded their core tools as well. I don't remember what the exact difference was.
Avion was like the goat, right? Like from the beginning.
That was my whole thing. Is like I don't know what to use, but like the de facto go to is, I mean, you can't go wrong with Appion as long as
Mm-hmm.
you can, as long as you know how to use it and know all that. Because like there are the little, like you said, the gaskets. Now I try not to
Mm-hmm.
over tighten my shit. And then no, actually the hoses I like are from Yellow Jacket. That's what I've been using.
Yeah. Like quarter-inch ones.
3/8.
I haven't gotten a yellow jacket tree eights.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
no,
my
I had bought
supply
the
house mostly has, but it has
Cares.
the angled 1/4 inch on the side. I mean,
Yeah.
on the end. versus all of them are
Yeah.
straight. Again, can't fit those in a lot of spaces, so it helps.
That's what I rock. The yellow jacket, long hoses with the 1/4 inch offset, and then the shorties, man. Like when I'm charging, I use a shorty, throw in a valve core tool in the middle, boom, throw my probe on the side of it with a hose. That's all she wrote, Pop Smoke. It's easy.
And what's your preferred micron
Don't
gauge?
even need a manifold. CPS.
Is that the one that Kurt always talks about?
Yeah, yeah. He's a hater, bro. He can't. He's just mad that I can pull a quick vacuum below two, 300, 100 microns in less than 10 minutes.
It is a little concerning because I've had a couple that give me
I use
different
a less.
readings.
I use the less oxidating flame when I burn maybe, and with my purging, and I'm just a wizard, bro. Oh man, no. Yeah, I was using that field piece MG44.
I still
I've
like
gone
that
through
one.
two of those. It
Oh,
yeah, it looks good. It feels good. The first one broke on me, stopped working. The second one, it was like it just wouldn't pull into a vacuum. I cleaned it, nothing.
oh, that's right.
So I needed one, so I was at the supply house, grabbed a CPS, and maybe it just read a little bit quicker, but it pulls down fast. I'm like, yep, it's good. Bye. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah,
I
that'll work for me.
I use the field piece one and the Hillmore one. Both have been pretty good, but I get a difference. So I need to do like a test. I want to know like which one
Hmm.
is actually more accurate because I don't know if one. I feel like the Hillmore one might have a delay in it or something. Because
Okay.
sometimes lately, I mean, I'll clean them out. I'll try them again. Because lately I've been using them or that Helmore one, and it's like stuck at the atmospheric rating, right? The 7,600 or
Hmm.
whatever thousand, right? The default seven hundred
What
and
is
sixty
it?
thousand
No, I don't fucking know. Atmospheric pressure.
or
God damn
something.
it.
Something with a
That's blanking.
760 in the beginning. So that's the default, and it stays there, and I'm like, what is going on? Then like after a few minutes, it'll just drop drastically. I'm like, okay, it just didn't catch up yet.
Let's see. Atmospheric. I think it's a different. Ah, shit. I can't find it. It's something
Uh,
different. God dang it.
I think
Anyways,
Joe,
that's
I think
why
Joe's trying
like
to call you out.
that's what. Nah, stop that vacuum in this video. That ain't not work. Wait, what he said? Nah, stop that
It's
vacuum in
like
this
you
video.
edit when you cut out the part where
Nah, bro. Nah, brother. I got my watch on. Yeah, don't you start. Atmospheric ain't pressure. It's a god dang it. What is atmospheric? Like, what do you see at like? I don't know.
what's a
Anyway,
micron?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
I don't fucking remember. Anyways, that's why I like the CPS. It starts at like 96 thousand. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where I
the
want to
field
say
piece
the field
just
piece is
gives
like twelve
you.
thousand.
I was gonna say it just gives you like these dashed lines, and then you're like,
And you're like, huh?
"We'll wait a few minutes, see if it works."
Yeah, you're just waiting. You're like, oh my god, what
So I
the hell is
guess
atmospheric pressure, bro? Like I'm blanking and stuff. I feel so stupid right now.
we don't have our go-to
Somebody
guy.
just
That
comment real quick.
we don't
Somebody.
have our go-to. Jason's not here yet.
14. 14. That's what it is. 14 point something. 14.2.3.
I'm talking about
Right?
microns.
No one's worried about microns.
What was I gonna say? Well, obviously it's only us two. I guess Kurt could make it. We all kind of decided just to go on a little bit earlier because of the holidays, everything going on. I think Jake, you got something in a bit to do. We have family over too, so if you hear like a dog yapping, just let me know. I think he's been quiet right now.
I ain't judging him, boy. Cause I know. Yeah, like I said, it probably might be a short show, fellas out there, crew. Got got to go hit dinner up, and yeah, it's
It
been a
is.
wild
It's
ride recently.
760,000 is represented as atmospheric pressure in microns.
Okay, what's the
So
PSI though?
whenever I turn on the Hillmore one, that's the number that I see, and then
Oh,
it'll count down from there, so you know that it's actually pulling a vacuum
yeah, that's
versus
good.
a blank. a blank screen until
Hmm.
you hit like you said, the 12 or whatever it is.
And you're like, holy shit, do I have a leak? Like that's how the field
I
piece one
freak
always
out
made
every
me
time. I
feel.
get like
Yeah.
paranoid. Yeah.
I'm like, shit, what I do? So
Last week, apparently.
he's got
Oh, maybe
okay,
Kurt
okay,
will
he's got
show
a
up.
what happened? So we quit the
Last
podcast. What
week,
happened?
well, the power didn't go out. My service just
Oh shit.
the router needed to be restarted. Technology, all the technology we have nowadays, and that is still a thing. I had to restart the damn router. But by that time, we were already
Wow.
like all disconnected. So yeah.
That was a great show too, man. We were having a great conversation. It was actually like just like work and stuff related, and I think people liked it. It wasn't me that time, assholes. Everybody was, had to say something about my
Oh
internet.
yeah,
No,
everybody
it was
was
Adrian's.
blaming Jake. No.
I ain't the host, so you know what I mean?
Back in the day, they
That's
didn't use micron gauges. They would just vacuum for an hour. But he said
yeah.
it actually is an hour. He tested it. We got proof.
But, dude. I mean, dude, when I watch people that'll do it, they're like, all right, pull. I got Jason Johnson the other day. He did one on it that, I mean, granted, that shit was a, I don't know, 500,000 ton chiller or some bullshit, right? And he pulled it, but he was using the True Blue one, threw a decay, popped it on a vacuum again. Grant, it probably was about an hour, but I mean, it was a massive system he was pulling through, um, because it rose and things like that. I mean, yeah, yeah, that's go eat your lunch, and
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's how it goes back in the day.
That's what I was telling Kurt. I was like, I don't know about you, but when I put a vacuum on, I usually take a break
Hmm.
or clean up.
That's my time when I'm swapping the evap. I'm just throw the vacuum on. I'm buttoning everything up. Got to put the drain line back together. Got to put the armor flex back on and all that. Button the doors up, make it look all pretty. And by the time that's all said and done, and I have all my shit, like the primary shit, back into the truck, it should be below where it needs to be.
Exactly. Right. You always
So
got something
yeah.
to do. That's I know I've heard people talk about it, and I just recently told someone too. I'm like, there's always something to do. You can't just be standing around with your hands in your pockets. Like, do something. Get the next
Staring.
thing ready.
Yeah.
Get the next
Yeah.
thing ready, or put stuff away, or I mean, if you have to, take a lunch. I mean, I take super late lunches nowadays.
All the lunches. He takes all of them.
I take lunch like at 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, fuck that, bro. I mean, I've done it recently because it's been so late, like just working. Like, I gotta get something in me.
Well, yeah, I mean, when it gets busy in the summer, like I'm not taking a break at 12. I usually have something going on and want to finish it before I take the lunch. I don't want to, because I've had that happen to me too. I take a lunch, take a break, because I'm like, okay, cool, we're ahead of schedule, we're doing really good. Then you come back from
Yep.
lunch and you got a fucking leak or something else went out.
Why did I do it? Yeah. It's like this wasn't worth it. It's the
Yeah, Eddie,
worst.
a couple of the guys have to bounce pretty soon, so we're just gonna see what's
Gonna
up, see
get
who
it
comes
in,
in.
man. We don't miss Thursdays, bro. We can't do it.
We're making it
Keep
happen. We're trying to make up for last week too.
Yeah, we'll get in early, leave early. What time is it? Geez,
Or you
6:30. Okay.
forget to open your ballast. There was a couple of things.
Bruh. Yes.
So the valve on the vacuum pump that happened to me recently. I was like, oh shit! I had to walk back in and turn it back. Open it, and then also tightening your hoses. Sometimes I leave them loose or I can't get them on right, and then you're like, this it never pulled down. You go over there and you
Yep.
tighten the hose, and then boom, all the way down.
And yep. Dude, how many times are you like, are you fucking serious? There ain't no gosh darn way. Oh man. I know I took that's like that damn Navac hose, man. I got that half-inch Navac. That coupler just pops right off.
I already gave up on the damn blue ones
I
too.
still don't. I don't get these some bitches with their manifolds, bro. I just don't get it. I don't. I know some people like it. They like to do the pressure test through it. They like to do their manifold, and they trust
I
that micron gauge inside of that S man. I'm nah, nah.
I defended it up until 4 years ago. I think that's the last. I think I've used it since then, but mostly for like testing purposes. Like I was trying to test out that manifold mode on that Milwaukee pump, so I purposely did it.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to defend it because I'm like, yeah, in a pinch, it works really well on small systems. But even on small systems now, I don't like to. I haven't touched that S man in a long time. It's probes or direct to pump, right, when you're doing a vacuum, and better off that way.
Man, when they come out with a probe set that has a micron gauge in it, game over.
That's what
That's
everybody's
it.
asking for, dude. Because now, so we'll get into the probe discussion right now. Because I already pulled up the photos. I have some stuff to show. I don't think I
Mm-hmm.
showed you guys. I told you guys. Screw JB. Don't anybody listening. I
Let's
am
go.
talking to them because I want to get it replaced. But
JB sucks ass, bro. Just say it what it is. They sucked ass. They've been sucking ass. They shouldn't have
please
probes.
do not.
Don't buy it.
I was told, and I'll read the email, that it was a bad batch. Maybe so. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
But
Everybody's batch has been bad.
I cannot recommend the JB probes or the manifold. I broke that one too. Um, man, what was I gonna
Never
say?
was a JB fan.
So yeah,
Never.
I've gone strictly to probes, and I vacuuming through a manifold is something I'm not using. A manifold in general is not something I'm trying to do anymore. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, man, did you bring up something? I was like, why are we talking about tools? I already forgot. But
We were just talking about putting a micron gauge in a probe.
oh, yes, because again, announcement from Navac just came in, and I just talked to them too.
Ooh,
That they're
noise.
that 3 months later, their probe set finally works with MeasureQuick officially.
It's about time.
No update on their app yet, though. Their own app. And you know what's funny? Like I mean, it's whatever. I know some of these companies will never work with us. It's fine. There is so they have their own people that they send these out to. I wish, and I might do a video soon showing all this crap that I've had to deal with, right, with the probes breaking and what I've heard from others, because they send these things out to guys to test, right? They're influencers, like they have their guys.
Right.
Navac has their own. I think JB has a couple. Those guys don't really work anymore, or they don't do the kind of work that we do, right? Like there's guys that use probes every day, like us, and there's guys
Yep.
that maybe just do startups, right? They use the manifold to do a startup because all they do is put in new equipment. And I've talked to some of these guys, and they're like, "Oh, I got them, but I haven't used them yet." I was like,
Yep.
"Okay, well, I can't ask you for how they held up." I
Yeah,
was like,
exactly.
immediately I found things wrong with them, or they break, or whatever it is. So I just wish they would work with people that would actually use them and give them feedback. Cause well, let me just show. I got the JBs pulled up right now.
Those, you got those pieces of shit. Let me see them. Let me see them.
I think
Take
it's
a
this
hammer to
one.
them like Kurt. Look at that, man.
So the picture on the left is mine today. I wish
Unbelievable.
I was recording. I was not, because I was gonna put the camera down. I was gonna hook up to check superheat, and then I was gonna start recording again. As soon as I went to open that clamp, it just snapped in my hands, and I had to catch it because it just like fell apart. So that
That's
plastic completely
pathetic.
broke around the spring. The one on the right, I won't say who it is, but they have not had these that long, snapped in half. And I think he takes care of his tools. So that's just, that I did post in my story. I called them Fisher Price, probes.
Yeah,
They feel
straight
real,
up.
they feel real cheap. And this is the thing. And other guys have emailed us through our HVAC Nights email that they have had spider web cracking.
Great success.
I've had that too. No,
Okay.
I've had that too, and they're all cracked. Like, and they asked me which one's broke. I'm like, literally all of them except one psychrometer.
That I don't use.
No, that's the other thing. I don't use them.
Yeah.
They're well,
Exactly.
wrong
Like,
one. I was like, I don't use them. They've
hey.
been sitting in my van. I don't know if it's the
Mm,
heat, but I mean, I'm
now
not the
fuck
only
that.
hot state. Everybody, there's a bunch in the south,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I just felt like using them today, and it broke.
Is that you?
Yeah, my phone's going off.
Unbelievable.
I guess I'm getting calls right now.
This guy acts like he runs a business or something.
So,
Oh man.
don't buy those. And
Oh,
and
good call.
the email that they sent me, I don't have a screenshot of it, but they're aware of the situation and they are going to be changing the material that they're made out of.
Have they made that public though?
No, but if that's the solution, then there's a problem, right?
Make that public. All the people that at least registered the equipment, send a mass email, send it all to all your distributors so they can put a notice on the freaking front desk of where people bought it. If you bought pros between this time, like bro, it's not that
That's what they
difficult.
said. That's what they said. They
You
said that they noticed that there was a batch from a certain period of time that
from the
is
start to now.
from start to now
Like
that they
it's like, yo,
had complaints about.
a batch. Like fucking companies are fucking annoying, dude. That just annoys me. Like, yeah, no, it just happens to just be this one cycle. That's funny. This guy got his shit like 2 years ago, bro. Like, like it's the same batch. You know what I mean? It's like get out of here. As much as
So,
I dislike Field Pieces warranty out, they could
oh yeah,
totally warranty their stuff like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Like a lot of leading manufacturers and tool equipment like Vito does 5 years.
and I don't
All
think they would
equipment used to
have.
come with 5 years, you know
They
what I mean?
probably wouldn't
And
have that many claims.
no, exactly. And like I've had mine for and I'm good with my tools. I take care of my shit, but at the same time, I do also change the gaskets and all that good stuff, the depressors in them. But I've had them in the rain, no problem. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know.
And
I don't baby my stuff, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if they got guys that actually use them now, I think I broke it one time, the S Man, but
hmm
I left it in the back of my van on the like just laying there, and I had a bunch of shit that like fell on it. So of
fell
course
on.
I cracked the
Okay.
screen. But other
What are
than
you
that,
doing?
at work, in the
hmm
rain, in the sun, everything like they've held up. I've never broken one like while working. I've also
Yeah,
never
no,
broken one
exactly.
in my tool bag or storing it because that's how I broke the JBs and the manifold from them. I literally put it in my
Yeah.
garage, went back to film something with it, and I'm like, oh shit, it's the ears broke.
Yeah. It's yeah.
At least they tried. Someone else what did they say? Made
Bro,
in
personally,
America.
I don't no, that's bullshit. I don't think it is. Like I'm sure some point of it, like the percentage doesn't have to be that great for them to claim made in
Mm.
America, right? You know what I mean? It could be manufactured here at some point somewhere, but the resin could be ass, the machining could be ass. Like it could be 3D printed in America. I'm not buying a three, you know what I mean? Personally, I know like there's a lot of people that want the screens. I don't see the benefit in that. Personally, I don't get it.
Okay,
Probes is
so
diabolical.
I'll go
I
to
know you
the
love the. I know you love this. I know you want the screens, but bro, I don't need the damn screens.
I
Okay,
only need the screens for the honestly,
because
I
the
would
screens are ass outside, anyways. You know what I'm saying?
they are. I have a video coming out later and it's like I can't see the damn screen. I'm like trying to figure it out. But
It's bullshit.
I like them on the psychrometers. I think that's where for me it makes sense because I like to go up and like see the temperature versus fumbling with my phone.
That's
Uh
true.
on the probes, I think Navac did it the right way if it would work by having the saturation temperature and the pressure on the probe. That way you can just
Yeah,
probe up, quickly see like, if you're in range, and then if you need to do anything else, obviously you use your phone and all that, but Yeah, realistically, because I've also talked to Navac. They just announced that they finally have Measure Quick support. These probes came out like 3 months ago. Like nobody's been able to use them. If you go into the app, like in I have an iPhone, right? I go to the App Store, and you go to their app. All the reviews are like 1 star because they're complaining I can't use this with any app, and they bought them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's not just me. Everybody's complaining that they don't work with Measure Quick properly. Their app themselves don't support it, which is funny because what's that guy HVAC Know It All? I found
Hmm.
that he did a video of when they came out. Oh, they're great, this and that, and showing how they work. And he's like, in my next video, I'm gonna show how they work in the My Navac app. I went to go look. He never posted it because it doesn't work. Like,
Yeah. So hey,
and
buddy, could you just follow up with that one, please?
these are that's the whole influencer thing. Like, they're not gonna call out Navac because they work with them, but here we are.
Nah, it's cool that you purchased them bitches. Even though you got handed them JB joints, they still some ass.
Well, that's
Just
the whole
call it what
thing.
it is,
Like,
bro.
people, we get them sometimes for free. Now I have to think, would I pay money? And I almost bought them like a year ago whenever they came out because I kind of wanted them. They just didn't look right, and I could never convince myself. And I almost bought them, and I every time I get something for free, I'm like, would I actually pay money for this? And that one I
Exactly.
cannot recommend.
Nope. No, sir.
So
Everything
that
I
was my
use, I
whole
would spend money on again. You
that
know
was
what I
my whole
mean?
Fisher Price rant right there.
That was good. We appreciate it. The color scheme and all. No, it's sad. Sad state with everything in the industry right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's a whole
there's
other
still
thing.
companies out there doing it right. Sure, you might have to pay a premium, but look what you get in return. You know what I mean?
Well, that I I made a comment because I like it happened during one of my videos, like when they broke. I didn't get it on camera, but I was doing a call, I was doing a video, and I was like, unfortunately, I think JB's on the wrong end of both. They're expensive and they're made poorly. Usually, it's
Yeah.
one or the other.
Hmm. It's like hey, do you want fast and cheap or cheap and fast?
Or do you
Well, I
want
want I want
cheap and broken?
cheap and oh yeah, or no, what is it? Cheap and fast, or fast and or good and cheap. You know what I'm trying to say? Do you want good and cheap or cheap and good? Some fucking shit. And it's like what you know what I'm trying to say. Someone's gonna say it, but it's like, all right, well, I want it good and cheap. Well, it ain't gonna be fast. Well, I want it cheap and
Yeah,
good. You know what I'm trying to say.
cheap and fast, not good. It,
You got me. You got me for like 10 more minutes, big dog.
speaking, oh, you're good. Speaking on that really quick, do you watch or have you seen NorCal Dave
Yeah.
on YouTube? Right.
Hmm.
So I think he bought the Navac. Oh, I got an update for that.
Probes.
I'm not supposed to say anything. He got the manifold,
Well, you can
right?
tell me and I'll say it.
No, he got the manifold
Oh
and
shit!
the
Hold on, real
the.
quick. I did see somebody. It might have been Slayer on
Uh-huh.
YouTube, and he was just like, he had it out in the sun. You couldn't see shit. He put a hat over it, and he was like, "There you go. Get a sunblock for your hat," or some bullshit, and you still couldn't see it. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and people are asking like, are they good in the sun? I'm like, oh, I mean, you can kind of. Well, Dave did a review on them because he bought them.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
because he just got them, and I think he made the same thing. He's like, you got to make a little shade for them to actually see them. He's like, but it's not that bad, and this and that. And then like his next short video was like, guys, I broke the hook on them. They like the hook just broke off,
What? Ah, you
and
know
I'm
what?
like,
I'm gonna I'm gonna buy
this
them
guy
and do the same
does,
shit.
and NorCal Dave does like legit, like he works every day. He does a lot of crap, right? So he's gonna
Mm-hmm.
actually abuse them without trying to
Yeah.
abuse. Like we're not trying to break them on purpose, but he he broke the hook, and I forgot what his solution was. Everybody's like, "Go get your money back."
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, no, they again, I think we've talked about like the concept's really nice. They
Oh,
look really good.
he said the battery is losing its charge too with Dave, I think.
That's so annoying,
That's what I was
bro.
worried about. I was like,
They're so
rechargeable
good, guys. Yeah.
is
Woo.
cool until it becomes a problem, right? Their batteries.
Yeah. I mean, I tried to at AHR, I called them out on this shit. I'm like, this is stupid, bro. What's the fucking point of it? And they're like,
I
you know
love
what I mean?
that video that you had with them because he made no sense.
Yeah, no, these aren't digital. These are digital gauges. These aren't digital. Like, you know, like, okay, what do we want? Good, cheap, or fast? There you go. That's right. See, there's
You can
three
only
of them,
get
and I'm
you can
yeah.
only have
Which one do
two.
you want? Do you want? Well, I want it good and fast. Well, I ain't gonna be cheap. Why? Well, I want it cheap and fast. I ain't gonna be good. I'm cheap and fast. You know? So
Yeah.
I want it fast and good. Well, it won't be. Yeah. So that's funny. Thank you, Joe. Hey, I'm gonna be releasing a video tomorrow, on an inverter system that I did a diagnostic on. I haven't put anything in. My supply house said they couldn't get the inverter board for 6 to 8 weeks. So I just shoot Joe a text. Joe's semi local to me. Shout out to Joe. And I was like, dude, what do you do in this situation? Anyway, Joe found the inverter board for me, got it sent to my house. It's not here yet. And that's just that's what's but it was last week, and I just want to say that's what's really cool about the community. And if you just having connections like that, I really appreciate what he did there, because his customer, there's nothing I can do. Like, the inverter board is bad. I can't just bypass a board. I can't just
Yeah.
get this thing to continuously run. And they're telling me 2 months away to get a part. And now I'm just stuck in limbo. So I'm going to have that video out, and just, I'm going to describe that part at the end. I do believe if I don't, I'll do it. It's going to be a part one, verse two. You know what I mean? So shout out to
And
Joe.
yeah, I've been there too, man. It's hard because you're like, they tell you no, or they tell you it's so long, or they I've even been told recently, like, I don't know when it's gonna show up. I'm
Well,
like,
you
all
had that
right,
issue with Carrier with those coils, right?
it's Daikin,
Oh, Daikin. So I
which
had
made
a
no
similar issue.
sense because Daikin is Johnstone, like that's their brand,
And they're right in freaking
and they're in
sorry.
Texas.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. It's like they're right there. Well, I had something similar with Carrier into the extent that bad compressor. They sent it to a store in Daytona. We're like, all right, can we just get it transferred to my store? I mean, it's an hour and a half for me. It's nothing crazy, but they're like, oh, it's gonna be $150. But you sent it to the wrong damn store, right?
Screw that.
And then, yeah, so we're like, all right, we'll just wait for it to get transferred in on time. Well, they canceled the order just without saying nothing. They just canceled it. So now we called our store, and it won't be here till next week. And this has been 3 weeks, bro. You know what I
And
mean?
that's when you went through Carrier directly,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
man.
Like a bunch of just buttholes sometimes. That's why I do love dealing with my boys at Tropic. You
It's
know what I mean?
it's the people, right?
God, like they can't control what the manufacturer does. They can't control that
Yeah.
but dude, the next day after Joe had gotten me his, Tropic actually called me and was like, somehow it's on the way. You know what I mean? They told me 6 to 8 weeks, but just want to let you know it's on the way. So, those
Well, yeah,
little things,
that's the
and he
other
called me
thing is like,
directly to my cell phone, you know?
it's like who you know,
hmm Yeah, dude.
because
And
it's
so we're dealing with these conglomerates in our Daikin's and carriers and trains, which I find train to be the worst, to be honest. Like, I love my train systems, but contacting or getting a hold of distribution during, it's very bad. I think carriers the same way. So those can choke on a bag
it
of
de-
yeah.
it depends on the people, because that's why I
hmm
continue to go to Johnstone, because they will fight to try and get me something, except for that Daikin one, but whatever. Um,
Yeah.
they couldn't do anything about it because that's what they kept telling them. I was like, "Can you check on it?" They would always check on it, and it's just the lady was like, "We don't know, we don't know." Oh, we got a phone call.
Oh, is that our boy? Well, now you can continue this conversation because I'm out. Hey, Kurt, good
What?
seeing you.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
dude, you were.
I just got here.
I know you did, but you said you were home a half hour ago. Well, golly, but you know. Uh, I'll stay on for a few more minutes. Okay, you got me for 8 minutes.
I was just gonna say because I went to Carrier and I was new there, but then like they got a new guy that came in and he's been great. He gets me everything. He's on top of it, and it's just I'm glad that he's there now because when I dealt with them the first couple of times, it was kind of like, oh, small. And the other thing is like the small company, right? The family or the
Yeah,
small business gets tossed aside for the big companies. So I'm glad that he's been taking care of us because he's actually gotten me stuff that I needed.
that's awesome. Kurt, you got experience with that big dog? Just either. Well, we've talked about your sweet distributor down there, but either bigger companies, distributors, smaller that just help you out when you need it during tough times.
Sometimes, yeah, they do. I'm that one distributor that I'm very loyal to. They have helped me out multiple times. I have come in on the weekend and pulled a warranty coil off the shelf, and I mean, just they help me out any way they can, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
But it's the people because again, like Jake, you were talking about how they wanted to charge you that
yeah,
$150 to get it to another store. At my supply house, it also depends on who's helping me, right? Because that's why I tell you
yeah,
guys like I'll go and get the other guys from the back now because all the good guys have gone into the office roles
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
management, right? Because then they tell me that crap too, where it's like, oh, it's gonna be this much, and I've had those situations too, where it's like freight, and I'm like, this is, I was like, it wasn't my problem, like I didn't mess up or whatever it was, and the other guy's like,
yeah.
just don't worry about it, like take the freight off, and they've also done like exchanges and things like that.
Dude, Adrian, I have heard that you need a 3 pound hammer.
Yeah, he do. How much is that in freight?
Dude, I would I'd pay you to destroy them things with a hammer on camera.
Sadly, Kurt, hold on. Adrian, throw the video or throw the photo. I don't think he even needs to take a hammer to him. How bad it just broke in his hand, dude. Check this out, Kurt. Those things were not in good shape. He's got a couple pictures here when he was. Yeah, look at that, Kurt. Shit just snapped in half, and then both of them snapped in half. I mean, quite
Dude,
frankly,
no hammer needed.
just for extra reassurance, you know what I mean? Let's throw a 3 pound maul to it. Yeah.
Hey, that on screen still lit up on that one and it's broke in half.
That's yeah, it's still rocking and rolling there, right? Uh, that's so funny.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no, he
god.
he said you missed it. He said he was going to go put it on the pipe, and that's exactly what happened right there. It just snapped, and JB informed him that that was a bad batch they had released out there, and they're working on it.
Wait a minute, they're still working on it, so all of them are a bad batch?
That's what I said, bro. That's exactly I'm like, all right, so start to finish, like right now, like they're out.
oh, oh my god.
Oh man, I had
We can't
myself mute.
You're
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
muted.
They're gonna say that it's a bad batch, but it's they're gonna change the material that it's made out of. So like if there was no problem and it was just a bad batch, I don't think they'd be doing that.
That's true. I mean, realistically, it comes down to the quality of that material, right? Because I guess the sensors were okay, the screens are okay. Um,
It's just what they're made out of. It's what pissed me off because it feels
that's the part that's not made in the USA.
that's the part. I know. That's the Fisher Price part
you
of
could
it.
probably 3D print something better than that.
you know, my exact words
Yeah.
were the reason they're so bad is they are 3D printed, though. They're in someone's garage being made, and they're
No,
just like,
this is
hey,
worse. This is
Oh
worse because
man.
I just ordered some stuff for my mod box to use it with my
oh,
packouts, and it's
you're
3D
you're a
printed,
mod box guy. All right,
but that
well,
was
sorry,
well built.
I'm gonna get out of here, fellas.
Well, catch you on the next one, man. Happy Fourth.
Hey, happy Fourth, guys. I'll talk to you. I'm gonna listen to the show as I'm driving, though, so keep the shit going. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can pop in live as I'm driving. Might not be safe,
All
but
right,
let's see.
we'll
All right,
see.
guys. See you later.
Well, now I gotta switch it and then do
I
this.
I didn't know y'all were going to start early.
That was what Jake said. I thought you understood.
Well, I thought I was able to get out the shower on time and be here, and now I pulled up my iPad and I saw y'all were live, and I'm like, hold on a second, they already started?
Yeah, we were just complaining about JB and Navac, and because the Navac ones, NorCal Dave had showed that his hook broke because he bought the new ones. The hook broke, and Refrigeration Devil was saying that also his battery's not holding a charge anymore. So, there goes that.
You talk ones that they were just giving away?
Yep. I think he bought them, but he uses
Wait a
his
minute, so
stuff like
you
every
bought
day.
those things?
I think Dave did because he didn't go to the AHR or anything.
Oh my god.
But uh I've talked to JB. They told me that they're trying to fix whatever material. Navac has some fixes that they need to do.
Well, they need to fix that material on their manifolds, on their probes, on their leak detectors. It's all the same stuff and it's all cracking and falling apart.
Yeah, Nasty said that Rick broke his too, and I think he was there. I think he got it for free. But yeah,
Well, I can't talk too much trash about JB. One of the leak detectors I have that actually works is a JB.
I think I meant to ask you that last time. Like, what is the one that you go? Well, you use the ultrasonic, and then with the JB one, I assume.
The ultrasonic is a really good option to have on the vehicle, but you need to have a sniffer too because you can't you can't always hear it. There's background noise, or if somebody's frying chicken
Yeah,
in the kitchen, similar noise. You need to have something else as well.
yeah. And the whole Navac thing, I think they're working on some updates too, and they just got it to work with Measure Quick like 3 months later, but it's working now. They said they're still working on their own app. We'll see.
Yeah. Just let me know when you're done with it.
No, I
I
was
got something.
telling.
I got something that works, and I am in no hurry to try something that looks like it's falling apart in people's hands. I know.
I think I think Field Piece is just standing back laughing at everything right now. But
The field piece probes are just reliable. They work with everything. They work.
well, that was the thing. I hadn't used the JB probes, and I even told them that in my email. I was like, they were sitting in my van, and I just decided to use them today, and they fell apart. I was like, they weren't getting daily use. They just broke.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
The only thing with Field Piece is people keep asking me about their new stuff. I don't think they've released any of their AHR, the new gauges, the new leak detector. I don't think that stuff has come out yet. I don't know what's going on.
Really? Because they did
So
have some analog gauges that look nice.
I know I kind of want them. Hold on. Now I gotta move everybody around again.
All right, Jake.
Look who made it.
Hey!
Are you in the
We're
van?
live at the Batmobile, fellas.
Can you hear us?
10 and 2. 10 and 2.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little
what
bit.
are you into
All
Busy
right.
Mobile?
I am. I am indeed.
Let me see if I can bring him up a little bit.
Yeah, bring me up, bro, because I don't have my. I was trying to hook up my minis, but I don't have my Lightning to USB-C adapter in there.
Okay, I think we're good. I just brought us a little bit lower.
Oh, Refrigeration Devil was saying train's a nightmare on the phone. The last two times I've called, I've had to have them call me back. Well, actually, the last three times. One time they never called back. One time it took 8 hours. The next time it took 3 hours.
Well, that don't
And
make
then when
no
I get
damn sense, does it?
and then when I get confirmation on the job, I get approval. I got to call and tell them to send me the part, and that took 45 minutes.
See, I had just talked to somebody about tech support, and I was like, I have some that are notorious for calling me back the next day. And I'm like, at that point, I don't need your help. I already like disassembled the whole thing and figured it out. So it's always nice when they answer in an appropriate time.
I'm
Absolutely,
hoping
I agree.
I'm hoping this new Johnstone that we're going to get is going to help with some of that.
Better.
Call them instead of train.
You gonna start? You gonna start using their equipment, Kurt? What they sell?
I'm going to at least try it. I want to see these side discharge units. They said they still have an Amana line, but
Yep.
I'm interested in offering an R32 alternative, and I really like the side discharge options that may not need heat strips. I mean, that's a great plus down here to not need heat strips.
Yeah, especially for the cost of it. You know what I mean? As it's running.
N-
No, I
Uh,
mean,
Na- oh,
when
Nasty
10
said
or
that he can
15
hear. He can.
kW kick on, forgive me, there's a lag. When 10 or 15 kW kick on, you're suddenly pulling 40 or 60 amps, and you compare that to a system that don't even use heat strips, it's going to make a huge difference on the electric bill.
Absolutely, because you guys get pretty cold there.
We can get down to like 17 is about the coldest I've seen it.
Um, to me, that's pretty cold. You know.
Nasty's like, I can hear Jake's ladder vibrating on the roof.
Joke's on him. I don't have a ladder rack, bruh.
Don't you use one of those like? Do you still use the
I have
telescoping
a
ones?
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I've seen you climb that thing, and I swear it looks janky.
it
I,
does.
You know what? You know what? It's not because your boy is still alive and it hasn't broken. Okay, I will. I will say I was I was driving and I when I have it in the back, I open my back door and I put it on top. I have a tendency of doing things like that. And sure enough, I drove off onto the highway and I heard that shit sliding off the back top of my roof, down the back off the ramp. And I look back and I just see the telescoping ladder just fucking skidding along 429, bro. I was like, yeah, we go. I said, I think I left that at a job. That we can write that as a loss, right?
Did you go back and get it?
Nah, bro. I was already blitzing at like 75 at that point. But you know what's crazy? It made it 3 miles until that happened.
Oh,
You
damn.
know, when I was driving my pickup, I had people driving beside me one time. They kept pointing behind my head, and I'm like, what in the world are they pointing at? I had my tool bag sitting on my toolbox right behind my head, and I couldn't see it. It made it all the way to the next job before I figured out what they were pointing at.
Oh, that's
That's
crazy.
at least nobody stole it. I've had that happen.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that before on the highway. The ladders that are just broken in pieces. Somebody forgot to strap their ladders or something. I've seen it before. I feel like
A second time.
I was gonna say I feel like I don't know if I was with somebody that it happened with, because I know I've witnessed it once, and it must have been like when I started, and like we just didn't have a ladder by the time we got to the next spot.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been driving behind somebody in an 8-foot ladder flip out the back of a pickup truck,
So,
and it can be a scary thing when you're driving behind somebody.
could imagine, bro. That's Final Destination shit.
Oh yeah.
But you're right; it just goes skidding along the road.
It did, bro. It just bit. It was like, bye.
Oh my god!
I texted Q right afterwards. I'm like, bro, just lost the ladder because he had to just go. He was at a job where he just had to go buy a ladder. I was like,
Should have bought
yeah,
two.
go need another one.
Oh my god!
Let me ask you guys this really quick,
Mm.
because my dad was at there's this other local company, the one he used to work for, and I never liked the guy that took his spot. He was actually the one that helped get him fired, whatever. And he's always, because we still have to buy parts there because they have like certain specialty parts, and they have because they have a parts department, and they also do all the hot food stuff that my dad gets. And the guy was like, I don't know why you guys are using aluminum ladders, that it's like an OSHA violation. And I understand, like I've seen where it's like if you're by like power line, you're not supposed to use them. Have you guys heard of that? Dealt with that? Like,
I've never heard of an OSHA rule against them. It's just
can,
not. It's ill advised to be working on electricity when you're standing on one.
exactly, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll say it just sounds like a hater. That's what it sounds
That's what
like to me.
my dad was like, I don't know if he's just messing with me or what, because he's like, I don't know why you're using aluminum. Like, you shouldn't even, like, that's an OSHA violation, and we can't use them because of whatever.
Well, I don't know why you're using these nuts, bro, but you know what? I still use them too.
And I told my dad, I was like, there's only one location that we're near a power line, but that whole building is an OSHA violation or a building violation, because they have freaking power lines running in all weird directions right by the back door of this plaza and stuff. Like you open the door and there's a power line, and then they have some of it
Oh,
hanging, some of it hanging because they ran a direct line to like their sign. That's the one. I don't know. I don't usually record when I walk on the roof, but there's one where I almost hit my head on it several times. I always have to duck under it because it's just hanging and it goes straight to the sign, their little illuminated sign in the front.
they
So I
need
was
to
like,
get that fixed ASAP.
they had an electrician out there and that did that not too long ago. He put it in there.
That's crazy.
So I stay away from the power lines, but like he was telling my dad that, and I was like, I don't know, I've never heard that. I was gonna ask anybody in the chat that knows anything about that, because yeah, that was my
Yeah.
whole thing. Nasty was like, I was trying to tell my dad, I'm like, tell him to show you that where it says this, because I that's the only way I would believe it.
Here comes the rain. Do-do-do-do.
I got to agree. I got to agree with Nasty. There's
Yeah.
lots of and sometimes you have to show the inspector that you're right and he's wrong, because he'll come up with some crazy idea that a squirrel is going to run up the line set cover or something, and you got
Mm.
to. They come up with weird stuff for us sometimes.
My hypothesis is they're gonna have a chupacabra come up across this line set here, brother.
Dude, I was like spray foaming the bottom of the line set covers, and this inspector came out there and told me, I guarantee you, if you go up in the next squirrel nest, I mean, that tree over there, it's going to be full of that spray foam. He made me make that line set cover almost waterproof with silicone and metal, and let's just say I wasn't happy with him.
They do. They make shit up for their own freaking
Oh yeah.
egos.
Eddie's right. He's like, why do they have metal ladders attached to the buildings?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I was like, that guy's just messing with you. Because I was like, if I was there, I want to see where it says that. But he was just trying to mess with me.
Dude, I don't know about y'all, but that last call I was on was so hot.
It's
No.
been raining nonstop, but today it was super hot.
Oh man, I like to passed out in this guy's attic. When I came out the attic, I could feel my pulse in my face.
Oh, that's the worst, bro.
That's a good one.
It was hot.
When you're just,
Woo. Sorry, Victor. It's because we're trying to do this before Jake left, but Jake joined us on the road.
On the road. I had to turn.
And Adrian, we might not go all the way to 8. I want to try to fit in a movie tonight or something because it is a holiday tomorrow.
No worries, man. I think we're gonna close it anyway pretty soon.
It's raining. I'm gonna hop off here to be safe.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
See you guys.
Wrong. Now I gotta switch it back. Now I gotta move my camera. Yeah, I'll get through the comments here real quick. But you're working in an attic? How for how long or what?
Oh my God! Look, I have been in an attic where it was 150 degrees, and this one was close. That was hot. I mean, it was really hot. I wasn't up there for very long periods of time, and I had a fan blowing on me, but still, it was just like a sauna. It was hot.
Here we go. Here, Matt's gonna ruin it for me. He's like, I got a clip on social. There's a clip on social media of an aluminum ladder arcing to the sidewalk and melting. I'll send it to you. I'll have to bring it up on the next episode. Now he's gonna ruin my day because now I just don't want to use the fiberglass. It's free. I have enough of a hard time getting a 24-foot aluminum ladder set up because I just feel like it's heavy.
They're not. Actually, it's just a little bit heavier. I have a 24-foot extension ladder that's on fiberglass, and I can still carry it around. I mean, you got to be smart about it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I use my big ladders are fiberglass. The one that I carry on my van, only one on my van is aluminum.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to carry the fiberglass one, and then like the sun eats it up, and then it's ruined.
Well, the one I carry is one of those multi-position ladders. It can be a 4-foot, a 6-foot, a 8-foot, and you can extend it out. I don't even have any ladders on the top of my van.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's the tallest ladder that you need?
Sometimes I need a 10-foot step ladder and sometimes a 24-foot extension ladder. But if I need them, they fit in the back of my van, so I just go get them, throw them in the back, and go to the job.
You have one? Okay. Oh, inside, right? Okay.
Yeah, it'll fit in the floor.
How big is that van?
It's big. It's big, but it's got room for everything. If I can fit a 24-foot extension ladder in there, that tells you how big the back of my van is.
Yeah, that's true. What's up, Ewok? Yeah, fiberglass here. They go bad. I'm just there spray painting them every now and then just to make them last a little bit.
Yeah, that does help. That does help.
I'm just gonna go through real quick. And that's the other thing too is like, yeah, like Eddie was saying, there's metal ladders on the buildings, but also like all the ones I see, all the gutter is metal. All the gutters coming down are metal, and that's basically to the floor too. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get electrocuted. It's gonna get me one way or another.
Eddie just said he's allergic to fiberglass. How do you work on any insulation if you're allergic to fiberglass?
That's
It's
a
all made
tough.
out of fiberglass.
Everything is. There's a lot. There's a lot that I always end up with it on me somehow. It's everywhere.
I mean, if you ever get into that bad insulation or duct wrap or something, it gets all over you, and you can't even wash it off. It has to wear off over a couple of days.
And then I have the drop ceilings where they lay insulation on the ceiling tiles, right? So I gotta if I move one and then I just get covered in it because it just falls on you.
Yeah, you always make a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people. I'm like, I work in restaurants. I have to schedule it before they open or like have them move because that's gonna get everywhere, and I don't wanna. I don't wanna deal with it.
Come on,
He
that
just
camera
cover.
keeps going out of focus.
He just covers up. He'll cover up head to toe.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. Allergic to fiberglass. That's everywhere.
And I used to have a pretty bad fear of spiders because of something that happened to me when I was a kid. You got to get over that pretty quick. You crawling under houses, mobile homes, and
I don't know
you
how
got to
you do
learn to
it.
live with it.
I don't know how you do it. Somebody asked. I feel like. Oh, what's up, Ty? I think he's asked us before. You don't work with April air thermostats, right? Or do you?
No.
I don't. I don't. I've never had one. I don't know.
I don't do much for the April Air. There's a bunch of those April Air, like 5-inch pleated filter things around here. I got to go change
Oh
some
yeah.
next week. Those things are such a pain. You got the big combs in them to separate the fins.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of
This is.
fiberglass, I got to crawl under a house that has a fiberglass insulated floor.
Oh man. This is our normal start time, and now the people are rolling in.
Well,
Sorry,
what's
guys.
up, guy?
uh, I don't think I had anything.
Somebody commented about fiberglass insulation on the floors in one of my videos recently, and I tried to tell them that around here, that's optional.
Mm,
I don't know about up north, but down here, a house with a crawl space, sometimes they purposely do not insulate the floor because the space underneath is 70 degrees.
yeah.
And if you insulate the floor, you decouple the house from the cooling effects of the air underneath it. So some people insulate and some don't. It don't really make much of a difference. It comes out to be about the same either way on a heat load calculation. It doesn't affect it much.
Mm. Modern comfort. Been in an attic all week and tomorrow too. Are you working tomorrow?
Tomorrow,
I thought about it. Because I was texting my dad because we got a bunch of maintenance agreements that just got approved. I'm like, when the hell am I gonna do these? Because I'm trying to take. Oh shit, guys, I'm not gonna be here next week. Trying to take vacation next week.
wait a minute. Are you going to be here or not? I
I'll
hear
take
this
my
trying.
I'll take my equipment in case you guys want to do something. But um, what was
No,
I
I'm
gonna
talking
say?
about you going on vacation or not. Are you
No,
going
I
to
booked
be
it. Yeah,
working or
we're gone half the week. So finally getting out of here. The kids are excited. We're gonna do a little outdoor style vacation. Not nothing crazy. I just want to go relax, get away from everybody, be by a lake, cook outside, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of like a cabin
leave
type of deal.
leave your phone at home?
I wish the business would not survive. My phone is. I got to call back whoever was calling me right now. But when I'm on vacation, my phone is blowing up. So I got to take it.
Well, honestly, I cannot take a vacation in the middle of summer. I can't.
It's the
The
only
only
time.
time I could take a vacation is when it's slow, spring or fall, maybe winter if it's mild, but it ain't happening in the middle of summer.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad that we're going on vacation, but it's only a time that because my girlfriend is a teacher, the kids are out for summer, so it's a time that they can. So I was like, all right, we're gonna take a couple days, see how it goes. But yeah, we have all this maintenance that came in. I'm like, okay, I was like, should I start it tomorrow? But then my dad was like, we're closed tomorrow. He's like, you do what you want to do, but he's like, I'm giving everybody the day off. I was like, ah, I don't know what to do
Well,
now. We'll
dude,
see.
this, well, like for me, towards the end of the day, I got three more calls. And I told them, look, my first availability is going to be Saturday. I'm not working tomorrow.
Oh, but you're gonna
And
try and
one of
do it
them,
on the weekend.
well, one of them I'm going to do Saturday, and the other ones didn't want the weekend charges, so I'm doing them Monday. But
Mm.
I'm not working.
Oh yeah, okay. So you gave him the option of the weekend, but there's your overtime pay,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I mean,
Um
when they come in at like 3:30, 4 o'clock, and
I hate that.
you got to
It's
do something
worse.
like that.
It's worse with me because it's like a freezer or cooler that's iced up. I'm like, you know damn well this thing wasn't working like even yesterday. Like, why did you tell me at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
You know, business for a lot of people around here has been slower than normal. And I don't know if it's economic reasons or what, but I don't want to turn down work, but I had to turn down one yesterday that was bad. Out of town guy, he's selling a rental property and he wants me to go do a preventive maintenance and give him an estimate on the duct work. I get there and it's in a frequent part of in a part of town that has frequent shootings.
Oh
There's
yeah.
and the grass is grown to where it's like chest high. I walk around to the air conditioner. There's a cage on it that looks like it was built to keep out. I don't know. I mean, I can't move it. I can't lift it. There's no way for me to get to the air conditioner. So I go to look under the house at the ductwork. And the reason the ductwork's tore up is because there's a pit bull living down there pissing and pooping all over the place. And I just said, I don't need work that bad. I don't need it that bad. I'm sorry. I ain't
Oh
going to take
man.
this.
Oh, that's horrible, dude. Yeah, we're fortunate too. Like I like when we get to that, or when we got to that position. Like we don't need it. Like that sounds horrible. I wouldn't do it either. Dealing with a pit bull's little um living quarters under there.
It was yes, and then the cage. It's a package unit, and they used angle iron to weld this cage all the way together, and it's got little holes like this to reach
Oh,
through. And the guy said, "Oh, you can lift it up," but it's been sitting there so long, it's got like a foot and a half of dirt on top of it, and I can't lift it. So
oh,
I was
screw
just like,
that.
"No,
Oh yeah,
no,
yeah. No.
I can't."
But yet you mentioned work being slow. I mean, we deal with that too. Like lately, I've had a little bit of a break because it did slow down a little bit. Some guys have been saying that it's been too slow. Even Ewok has kind of felt it. You just, I don't know. You got to build it up as much as you can, and then
Well,
prepare for the slow season.
well, this is supposed to be our busy
Well,
season,
yes,
and
it's not technically slow season yet, but you got to prepare for it either way.
it's like this. I think economics are starting to play a part in this. I know I have lost about $20,000 in business just because people can't afford the parts or the equipment. They can't. I lost a $7,000 change out the other day to a window unit.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had told us. I was gonna bring up somebody posted on Instagram that they were trying to quote out. I don't know if it was a mini split or something because he's like the customer had to make. He made a text and it's like, well, I used to work at Bosch, so I know that this how much this costs and it shouldn't be much for your labor. I don't know what. He gave him a whole story, right? He's like, the equipment only costs $1,500. Why are you charging me? I don't know what. And the guy had to respond, and he was asking for like advice. And he's like, I understand that if you're focused on the cost of the equipment, he laid out, labor, overhead, all the supplies that he needs. He's like, I stand behind my work, good quality work. He's like, if you just want the cheapest bid, he's like, I'm not your guy. So
Yeah.
there's going to be a lot of that. I think even more now, unfortunately. And it's just, you got to deal with
It's
it at
worse.
some point.
It's worse than ever. They're selling mini splits that people can install themselves. And
Yes.
I've got one of the guys that runs a rental company for me. He's got some jack. He's buying a $450 mini split and getting some jackleg to come install it, and he's paying a total of $1,000 for a mini split install. How am I supposed
Ah,
to compete with
hell
that?
no. Hell no.
How am I supposed to compete with that? I mean,
And that's why I don't
it
like
kind
to
of
do,
me off.
yeah, and that's why I try to stay away from residential or like even like local places that, because I did have one recently that was like people that I went to school with, and they're like, oh, you do this, can you come check, the equipment? I feel like every time I go to a family or friends, um, place to fix something, it always takes a little bit longer or something goes wrong. I just feel like that's always my luck. So, she was questioning some of the invoices. I'm like, okay, let me explain to you, you sent me there for one cooler. Actually, my dad fixed an oven first, and then we had a call back, but like something else burnt out on it. I'm like, it was a completely different part. It's not a
Oh
callback.
God.
And then mine was like a cooler, and I was like, you called me for a cooler, and then you're like, oh, by the way, we have this other one and this other one, like two other ones that were leaking water. And I was like, of course I'm gonna look bad because you're giving me other work. I was like, I fixed one, that one has no issues. The next one I had to figure out what it was. I had to stay a little bit longer, I had to go back. And then the third one is the one that was giving them problems like, the other day. And I was like, have to explain, but they're very like, conscious about what they spend when they're a homeowner or a local business. So that's always like, I dread those discussions, but we have to deal with it.
Well, I had one lady. She needed a new compressor, and it was about a 10-year-old 410 system. It was either a new compressor or a new condenser, and the new condensers are a different refrigerant, which means you got to change a TXV or something on the inside. And she couldn't afford the price of the repair. I mean, the compressor, acid burnout, you get a suction line dryer, everything, new refrigerant. It was like $3,500 for a compressor, and she couldn't afford it. So I know this woman's doing without cooling right now.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
just
what.
we're losing calls in work because people can't afford it.
No, yeah, like you said, I think we're just starting to see it now in effect because everybody's saying the same thing this year. And Ewok just kind of explained the same situation where he's had to leave places because they can't afford the repair. And obviously, I mean, they don't get it fixed because what else can they do?
I know they might have a number to a Chuck.
Oh yeah, they're always gonna find someone eventually, right?
Chuck in a truck staying busy this weekend.
Oh, they do. I actually lost a bid to one of our regular customers, right? Um, and I'm in the same boat. I'm like, whatever. Like, if they want to do it on their own, get somebody else. I have enough work. I'm busy as it is. And even this week, where I had like maybe one or two calls a day, I was taking my time, making sure I did those calls correctly, right? I wasn't in a rush or anything like that. So it felt kind of nice, And I got all this maintenance coming up, so I'm busy. But we have this one that needed a new RTU, right? And I was trying to tell them, I got to condemn it. I've already patched enough patches on it. Like, it's falling apart. Finally got them to approve a new unit. Now, commercial, they buy their own equipment, right? I'm totally fine with it. It helped us in the past. That way, if they need like 5 new systems, we don't have to pay for it out of pocket and have money tied up, right? So we've been okay with it. Commercial, you see that a lot. So they bought this equipment. I went to go pull out a permit, and the lady's like, I'm sorry, we can't do this permit. They're behind on like 5 other permits. They haven't paid them or gotten those done in like 5, 6 years now. This was before like COVID, right? They just never got. It was something with the land and the building, like other permits. I wasn't allowed to take out a permit to do that install. So I went back and told them, right? And now they wanted it done, I think already, and they were like, we're gonna ship the equipment, whatever. This was like around the same time that I was trying to get the permit, and they got upset because they were like, where are we gonna send it? I was like, we don't have a warehouse. I was like, we're a small business. We don't have that kind of space. Dude got pissed off because he's like, I don't want to pay for someone to store it, and this, like, he got pissed off, right? I'll just send a company down with it to do it, and we lost that bid. It was like 4,000 or something that we're gonna make on it. I was like, dude, whatever. Like, that they're not gonna get a permit because I already know that they can't pull one. And like my girlfriend asked me about it. I was like, I don't care. They're gonna end up calling us because it wasn't installed right. This happens every time.
Yeah. 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 I was working for one company when I was just getting started, and it was a residential rental company, and I would go out and diagnose something. They were the kind of people like, if it costs more than like $600 or $700, we need to think about replacing. That was their mindset. But I'd go diagnose, take the time to do an estimate, submit it, and they would take my estimate
Mm,
and like if I said if it's a 3 ton heat pump split, they would order a 3 ton heat pump split and have some jack leg come along and install it. When I
yeah.
found out they were doing this, I started sneaking around trying to catch these people doing it and get code enforcement to catch them. And I never could do it because they're doing it on the weekends.
Yeah.
And I eventually told them, if you can't give me at least first shot at these installs, don't call me.
Hmm.
I don't want your business. I'm giving you a low labor rate so I can get the big jobs. If I'm not getting the big jobs, I'm not making much money. So I dumped them.
Yeah, that's why I don't do free estimates anymore. I don't do any of that, like helping them out as far as like cost wise. When doing the estimates, like the price is the price, because that happened to us for a while too, and it was ridiculous. And I'm like, and then after a while, they're like, "Why are you charging us?" Because we have like a minimum, right? Like our hour and a half. We don't have like a trip fee or anything like that. We try to build it just into the labor and the trip or the time, all that. They're like, why are you charging us just for making a quote? I'm like, because you didn't give us the job. So I'm charging you for the hour and a half, researching, getting all the information, making the trip out there, measurements. I'm charging you for that now because you went with somebody else, and they get all pissed.
uh,
But yeah, we oh, that's the first thing my dad said. He's like, that they're gonna do it on the weekend, early in the morning. That way, no permit is taken out. They're not gonna get caught, essentially. We see it all the time.
oh, I just remembered. I I just did a change out at a house, and the inspector went by and said I needed to put lock and valve caps on it, and I forgot to do it. If he goes back over there, I'm in deep.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I even brought the model and serial numbers home so I could register the warranty on it and everything.
Oh, that reminds me, I need to get prices after this. For that lady that
Mm.
was asking about all the invoices, or questioning all the invoices. It's funny that they do that because I don't want to be mean because I know these people, like I said, from school. But like she was questioning every invoice, and then she's like, "Oh, but can you also do this? Can you also do that?" I'm like, "Which is it? Like, do you want to spend or not spend?" Like, I'm getting mixed signals here.
Um, yeah, so you hate to lose jobs, especially when you're looking for them. but then again, you can't work for nothing.
Yeah. Ewok says not having 6 calls a day right now is nice because he can take his time on the calls as well and build a relationship. Hit or miss is just because of their financial problems, though. I feel like
Unfortunately, I think the whole industry right now, everything I've been getting, I mean, at least here locally, it was just a couple weeks ago that some of the bigger companies quit riding 2 technicians to a van. And that's crazy for this time of year.
oh yeah, I feel like I've heard that a lot this year. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I
Well, I'm going to tell you, before COVID, like a 3-ton split system, I was probably installing for $3,500, $4,000. And now they're $7,500, $8,000, and such a huge swing on the price. Some people can't absorb that.
no. I think you mentioned compressors earlier. Like it's not even cheap to do repairs because the compressors are, a lot of these components are expensive too.
Yep.
What is up, Freon Leon, ABHVAC? I think I had something else, but do you have anything else to close out on? I don't want to keep you. I think I want to get out early too.
No, I'm going to be chillaxing tomorrow. I'm going to have to pay for it Saturday, but I'm going to be chillaxing tomorrow right there on the river.
I'll do that sometimes too, where it's like, oh, I got to take this day off, like whatever, Friday or whatever, and it's like, oh, but I'll work it back off on the weekend. You got to do that
Yep.
sometimes. All right, everybody
Well,
watching. Oh my God, everybody watching. Appreciate you guys. We'll see what happens next week. I'll see if I can still make it, and have a. That's perfect. Happy 4th of July weekend.
yeah, y'all take care.